Gentlemen, today is February 27th. I am Silverfish and this is Overgrowth Weekly number 11. And with me here today is Anton Reel from previous shows.
Hello, how's it going, guys?
And with us today, as he should have been on last week, but he couldn't make it, but he's on this week, as I said, and his name is Johannes. Say hi.
Hi there.
And we will be having an interview with Johannes later in this show, but he will join us throughout the whole episode and comment on stuff and things. Mostly things, though. Anyways, I wanted to announce that Anton Reel will actually become an official co-host for Overgrowth Weekly, so you will see him almost every single Overgrowth Weekly, unless he has something that stops him from being on a week. So yeah, congratulations, Anton.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So let's move on with the show, and as usual we're going to start with the weekly alpha, which is alpha 119. And there is actually no video this week. Actually, there is no video for the art asset overview this week either, so no videos.
Yeah, it's been a really slow week.
And this week there is not even a lot of progress on the code itself. It's just David has been moving, so I guess he hasn't had time. But there has been one change actually that is not announced in this change log, that is even non-existent. And that is that he added in lots of the explosion sprites that you could see in the last week's video, I think. So let's take a look at those. Actually, if you want to change these yourself, you need to go to your Overgrowth folder, and then Data, and then Scripts, and then you open up cam.as. It's a pretty small text file here. And then you can see there are loads of rows here that are commented. A commented row is one of these with the // before them. And if you want to try out one of these sprites, you just remove the // from that row you want to try and add the / in front of the row that was previously uncommented. So here is the first one that we haven't seen yet. It's a huge explosion, like atomic bomb kind of thing. Kibblary. Okay, I haven't actually seen all these myself yet, so this will be fun.
I can't wait for you to do a rabbit kick or the leg cannon with crash into a pile of barrels and then have a giant explosion.
Yeah. Or just add a huge explosion when you just kill rabbits. So when you do a rabbit kick, there is just a huge explosion on impact. That would be pretty sweet.
I think there's no other way that Whaleman could die.
Yeah, that's true.
This particular explosion is great. It looks like something's falling from the sky too. So it's like it crashed into a bird or something.
And this one was... Oh, I forgot to uncomment the next one. I was like, this one is invisible. No, I just forgot to uncomment it. Okay. Okay.
Silverfish. People are having a hard time hearing Joe Shadow. Oh, I'm really quiet too, apparently.
Oh, that's weird. Good thing
Yes.
they're letting me know, so I can up your volume.
Yeah. Okay.
Audio output. Volume. 12, let's change that up to 23. I mean, it was fine last week, so that's weird.
Yeah. I'm on a different mic though this week. I wonder if that could have something to do with it.
Maybe.
I don't think so. I mean, we can hear each other. You said you can hear me, and I can hear you as loud as I can hear Silverfish. I think it's just him broadcasting it to everyone. That's somehow messing it up.
Yep.
Okay, should I hire a bit higher? Okay, this is a bit... Is this volume fine, guys, by the way? If
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
They're saying a little bit more.
More
Okay.
power.
I need more. Settings. Well, this is a fun break. Yay.
So Silverfish is loud enough.
Okay, talk now, guys, and see if it's good enough.
Hello guys, this is Antone.
And this is Joe.
Was that
Yeah.
better?
Let us know in the chat, guys.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a lag with the chat.
Always is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that explosion. That's kind of cool. Kind of has a little fireworks. Still quiet, but audible. Could still use a little more in...
Whoa, that's weird. Could I perhaps pull it up to 100%? That, which is the level that... No, not 100%. Okay, twice of that. Of what we had before. Okay, talk now, guys. Let me know.
Roar.
Roar. You're loud now for me, even I
That's
need
a
to lower my
dinosaur
volume.
sound.
Oh no!
It's a cute dinosaur. Alright.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
We're getting some happiness now.
Yay!
It's really weird because the previous weeks I had it at... What I had it at? Like 13% or something? Because the other guys were like blown out and too loud. But now, all of a sudden, for no apparent reason, they are at a good volume when I am at 63%, so I don't really know what that's about, but yeah. Some sweet particles here. I don't know if... I mean, these are probably just taken from a website, but anyways.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it's just stock footage.
Mm-hmm.
They are fun though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But perhaps we should save the other ones. There are so many here. It's like 3, 4 left. Should we go through the rest of them?
We're almost there.
Why not?
Okay, this one. Something landing on a floor and then there's dust.
Okay.
But as
I
David...
wonder...
Yeah?
No, go ahead.
As David said, he wrote... I'm not sure where he wrote it, but I know he did write that he will... Oh, right, in the post, in a blog post he wrote that he will probably only use these for reference when making his own coded effects, which is good.
Right.
Yeah. Something like that would really only make sense if... like that, or if you use it at a distance where people can't, you know, get up close to it and see, oh, it's just flat.
Yeah. Exactly, so perhaps if there is some overnatural? Supernatural thing? Yeah, supernatural.
Super.
Some supernatural phenomenon or something, or perhaps waves in the distance. I don't know. Stuff. Could be useful. Could be useful. Or if you want to make a TV in Overgrowth, like I suggested last week. And I stand by my suggestion. Whoa, what was that? Oh, it's a blood splatter. A very, very small blood splatter. Oh, I don't think that even showed up.
Oh.
Oh, anyways, that's about it for this week's alpha. Yay!
Yay. Oh, no, that's not totally true.
Isn't
We
it?
still have the new level.
Oh, right. There's the new level. I should have loaded that up instead of this one. Let me load that up in the background and let's move on with the show while I do that.
The new level was this week, right? Sometimes I'm,
Yeah, I
Do you mean
think so.
the one
I
that
forget.
Aubrey made?
Yeah, the red
That's new
one.
this week, right?
I
Yeah.
thought that was last week.
I'm not sure.
It's been about a week.
Yeah, there are so many alphas and we kind of mix them up when you play every single alpha to death, basically. Yeah. I'm not sure. Let's load it up anyways. Okay.
Alright.
Next one. Art Asset Overview teaser, because this week there is no Art Asset Overview. And it would have been the 7th one this week. But alas, no one this week. Okay, so I'm just going to say what he's writing here. This is by Aubrey Sir. And he's saying, I'm taking a break from making videos this week, but expect more... Okay, I think I'm lagging here. Can you still hear me?
No, I can hear fine.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Okay, I'm taking a break from making videos this week, but but expect more information on a new rabbit faction as well as the new models I finished this past week in the next week's video. And here is a little preview. So there's an awesome rabbit with his ears tied up, and some armor and a sword.
Yep, and kind of an interesting looking building off in the distance too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks somewhat. It actually looks a little more recognizable as, I mean, almost like a building that you'd see nowadays. Like, it reminds me of Fallout a bit, as opposed to the other ruins that we've seen so far that are really more just, you know, much more simpler shapes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It looks like one of those monoliths that we have seen, the Crete blocks, as they're called, with holes in, so perhaps they're living in there or something? Or maybe it's just withered? I don't know.
Hard to know. I do like that this rabbit looks like the new model that he's sort of alluded to, that he's also said we'll see more of this coming week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
also like that if you look at his clothing, it looks very flowy and very... You'd imagine that to be flapping around in the wind quite a bit, especially with the clouds like that and such. So maybe that might be hinting at dynamic clothing, hopefully?
Yeah, hopefully.
Although, he did mention yesterday or 2 days ago in IRC that the modular clothing is not working out quite as they were expecting. So the modular clothing may be less of an item than originally planned.
Hmm.
Oh, that'd be a shame.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing to hear, actually.
But he said that he will still be creating modular art assets. It sounded like it may not be as integrated into the game as originally planned.
Yeah, you might not be able to like customize your own character 100%, or
you might not be able to do that in game. You might have to do it, externally.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited about him mentioning more information about the factions. Some of my favorite posts that we've had on the blog so far were ones that talk about more of the story and kind of the world, as opposed to just art, like the one that was about the Hammer clan of the dogs. I love that post. And stuff like that, I'm really excited about hearing more about.
And wait, are you saying that you liked the story stuff more, or the art stuff more?
I'm always excited to hear the story stuff, because we don't get that much of it.
Oh yeah, I agree. We have gotten a lot of art stuff, but story stuff is more sweeter to me because, well, the world is starting to get, actually interesting now.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there is much story yet, other than conceptual ideas that they've discussed.
Sure.
So I think, they even mentioned that David, since he was sort of without a computer over the last 2 weeks, to his normal extent, has been sort of brainstorming story aspects. So.
Yeah, but I mean more, lore or whatever to call it.
Right. Well, I think that sort of will tie into whatever the story is. That's true. But still, if they're like, oh, this clan does this and that and whatever, that won't really reveal anything about the story.
It's like the comic, which probably none of those characters might even exist in the actual game, but it gives you a great starting point to try to figure out what the world would be like in the game.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what's awesome about it. Okay,
I agree.
So let's take a look at that picture again. Yeah, I really like the new. I like the clothing in general, actually, and the mix of cloth and iron for his hands. It looks badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And currently, while we were talking, I've been jumping around on this new level here, and I'm actually unable to find a good path to proceed, which is kind of embarrassing because, well, yeah, I should be able to. Okay, here we go. So I don't know if this level was added this week, I'm not actually sure, but I think it was. I'd like to remember me playing this, last Wednesday or whenever it's released for me.
It was added on February 19th. So that is a week ago now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that would be... that would be for this alpha.
Wait, no, that's 8 days ago. So, eh.
Yeah, well, it wasn't for last alpha, at least.
Right. They had announced
yeah.
it on the previous alpha, but they added it to the game this alpha.
Exactly.
That's
Gotcha.
what happened. So
yeah.
it's existed in our collective mind for 2 weeks, but it's only been playable for one.
That might be why we're getting a little bit confused here. Because they showed it 1 week and then we got it the next week.
Exactly.
Alright, so what are we looking at here?
Well, it's stuff and stuff. We were talking about this last week, so I don't know. You know, it's from the Giants something.
The
Causeway, I
Giant's
think.
Causeway.
Exactly that. It's inspired by that real life phenomenon or whatever. So yeah, now we're getting to jump around on it. I don't want to repeat what was said last week too much, but because we had
I
a
love
pretty
that
long
they're pink,
discussion
though.
about
I
it.
just gotta say that.
Pink? Yeah, bleh. They're pastel red or something. They can't be pink.
What is this, a girl's game?
Yeah, this is a game for men.
Like giant lipsticks.
Okay.
So it's Whale Man lipstick, I get it.
Oh yeah.
Wait, are you implying that Whale Man is female?
Well,
Ma-
there's got to be a whale wife, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Is that the correct term? Would we say whale woman or whale wife?
Well. Yeah,
A
I don't know.
she-whale?
Yeah, maybe the whaleman is just a she whale. He just likes to put on some lipstick and that's what he does, and I respect him for that. That's fine. Oh,
Okay.
I like this. I like wall jumping here. See? Wall jumping in a ring. See, that's a new puzzle. That's awesome, because I don't think you can get higher up if you do this. No, you can't. Yay.
No. But you could
Looks
get
cool, though.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could also get around an obstacle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there was a bottomless pit or a pit of spikes or some other thing that would have,
Yeah.
would fit
If
such
you
a challenge.
Keep having semicircles like that, like, edge to edge like that, you could keep going around the edges. You could probably get quite far without touching the ground.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, platforming stuff. Like Aubrey said, this would be... I mean, that's why he made it, because he wanted to make platforming level, right?
Yes, exactly. Wolf Brother wants to know how you're able to, if you can describe the process of wall jumping from wall to wall like that.
Oh yes, okay, so... First off, I just jump normally, and then as soon as I hit a wall, I just tap the crouch button, the shift button there is. And it's harder to do when you're falling down, because if you notice when you're falling down and hitting a wall, you're not actually doing the wall run, but if you look closely, you'll tap the wall with your hands, and if you hit the shift button, at the same time that he taps the wall, you will still do a wall jump even if you're going down. So, I guess the trick is to hit it just as you hit the wall, and it's kind of hard to learn to do that at the right moment. Even I fail a lot of times, as you can see. So, yeah, but that's how you do it. Okay, cool. Some tutorializing there as well.
Excellent.
Indeed. Okay, so that's about that. Now that's about it for this alpha. Sweet.
Awesome.
So let's
Yeah.
move on to the next item. I'm actually going to shut down Overgrowth now. Oh no, because I need to load up another level for later. And launch it again. Raw. Okay, so what's up next?
Tasty Rice, your question about dynamic lighting, the shadows weren't calculated for that level. That's why you were missing the shadows. So normally there's shadows and ambient occlusion can be calculated based on the lighting.
Oh, I actually calculated that when I got the level, when I first played it, but apparently I forgot to save the level. I didn't even think about it personally. But
Yeah.
yes.
But as far as there's currently only one light source in the game, and that's always the sun. So any other dynamic lighting has not been added.
I'm not sure. It used to be, I remember you had that little side window that allowed you to have automatic shadows that were very low quality, but, you know, they'd move around if you move the sun. Is that
Yeah,
still on there?
I think that's gone.
Yeah, I think he'll add it in later though. Especially since he, well, maybe not. I mean, he improved the speed of the normal shadow calculation. I mean, if I calculate shadows on some maps, it calculates in like 5 to 10 seconds the normal shadows. So if you lower the quality, he should be able to do it in almost real time at least, right?
Yes.
So hopefully he'll add that in later because it's really useful, and yeah, it could be used for other objects as well. I think. I mean,
Yes.
like in real time when you're actually playing the game. So, what's up next on the agenda? Fanart Watch. Yay! Okay, so and now we're actually moving on to the community segment of this week's Overgrowth Weekly. And first up there is always Fanart Watch, and this is the segment where we take a look at the fan art that has been created during the week. Okay, so let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay, that's from the 15th. And then we move on down. This one we looked at last week. And then we have... okay, some music here first off. I'm not sure if we should play this now, because it might interrupt. Let's save this for last. Let's save this for the end of the show. So remember this, guys. Music.
Okay.
I'm writing it down as well.
I'm just going to add it to... Yep.
Okay. So at the end of the show, we will listen to Disco Science's song called Distance. And it's actually very good, according to me. I like melodies that are sweet. And
Oh my god.
it's true.
Sorry,
What?
no, the link in the chat. Someone posted a link
Oh.
of a whale with lipstick.
Your buddy Ausius is
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Thanks, Ausius. So this is fan art by Ausius. And it's actually super sweet. Is this made by you, Ausius? Let me know in the chat. It's so sweet.
Wow.
I guess Whaleman is whale...
She-whale.
She-whale, yes, that's what we call it. Yes, so he confirmed this is actually made by him. And I guess you made it right now because... Or you just kept this on your computer for your own pleasure or something, I don't know.
I think it needs a purse as well.
Yeah, it totally needs a purse. I mean, he's holding his hand like that and all that, so a purse would be, you know, perfect.
I'm impressed that this happened so quickly.
Yeah.
I think this needs to be worked on more. I see potential.
Mm-hmm. You should totally work some more on this and post it on the fan art thread. Because we can't only have serious fan art. That doesn't make any sense.
Drag whale, there we go. That's the right name.
Yeah. Like this one, for example. Look at this. It's like a normal picture. What is this? Oh, open image new tab. That's what I want. Look at this. It's awesome. Well, yeah, it's awesome. I'm guessing this is Turner. Yeah, he even has the ropes. And I really like this picture. It's soft and nice.
I love the style of the head.
Yeah, me too.
More angular. It's very cool.
Right. The ears look a little further spaced apart too than Aubrey's version, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. It has a different style, not only in how he draws it, but also anatomically. Something. Words.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, yes, this is made by Cisco Central 1915 on the Wolfeye forums, and he made another one, which is a image of corpse from the Overgrowth comic.
I like how he copied the style, which he said he did on purpose.
Yeah, this looks very much like the real corpse.
Also quite excellent.
Indeed, very nice work.
Yep.
And that's all. Yeah, that's all for the fan art thing. He also has a link to his. I don't know if it's to the image or his profile. It's probably to the image. No, to his profile. Yes.
On DeviantArt.
Yes, indeed.
Something.
Posting that in the chat if you want to take a look at those. Okay, so those again were made by Cisco Central 1915 on the Wolfeye forums, and I hope he adds more stuff like I've said in the previous weeks to the other guys, because this is super awesome. And Osh's as well, of course, with the drag whale. We want to see, an update on that.
Absolutely. Although I must
We
say,
insist.
I'm so impressed with the speed that happened.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome work. Okay, so let's move on to the next item on the agenda, which is an interview with the Johannes, as I said in the beginning.
Yay.
So I'll be just asking a few questions so we can get to know you. And
Sure.
And I'll be shutting up. See you guys in a bit.
Okay. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you can be part of this as well.
Oh
but
wait, am I the official? Am I officially a co-host this week or next week?
well, this week, but yeah.
You can ask
From the start of this show.
I didn't plan anything. If I think of something, I'll chime in.
Yeah, do that. By all means. Okay, but if you have a question to Johannes, you can write it in the chat, and if one of us, sees the question and we think that it's a good question, we will ask it to him. And also you, Johannes, you can look at the chat as well, of course, and answer the questions. So, first up is of course, the question of who are you? Like, what do you do? Do you work? Do you go to school? What do you do on your free time? And what are you known as on the forums and stuff like that?
Sure. On the forums and sometimes in the IRC, I'm known as Joe_ or Joe Shadow, just J-O Shadow. I'm a student, computer science major, and not surprisingly, I like programming, and I've done a good bit of web development and stuff like that in my own time, and freelance as well. My name is spelled like that, Johannes, but it's pronounced Johannes, so it's the soft J, the European J. What else? I mean, in my free time, I like to bike. I do Kempo karate. Not that much. Not much very interesting stuff, but yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. No, that's a good answer. I can just ask you another question. So,
oh yeah, where am I from? Sorry, I'm originally from Germany, but I've lived in the U.S. since 12 years now, I think.
And how old are you?
Oh, I'm 21.
Okay, maybe you already answered that. Anyways.
I didn't. Sorry.
Okay. No problem. So, how long have you been in the community?
I remember it was in the 20s or the teens of the alphas when I first really took part in it and started following it on a weekly basis. I got Lugaroo, I think, from some game site 5 or so years ago. I mean, pretty much when it was released. And Blot, and it kind of inspired me in a lot of ways of that one guy made it. I thought that was really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just a few years later, then I found out that Lugaroo 2 was in the process of being made, and I followed the blog for a while, and I was actually kind of disappointed when, for some reason, the posts about Lugaroo stopped coming. But then they announced that now they're gonna have Overgrowth. So yeah, since then I've been following, and I've been doing a variety of things. I've helped create some graphics for the site for Jeff when he asked me to do it. Most recently, I've been helping out on the chat, and so I've been taking John's place for a while, since he's been very, very busy recently. and kind of helping out with support both for the Humble chat and for the Wolfire chat.
Okay, so about the chat, since we're on that subject already, how does that work? Can you like explain? Because I was wondering this before I tried it out myself. Because if you didn't know, when they were running the Humble Indie Bundle #2, they took in community members to man the support chat because, well, it was super crowded, and even though we were a bunch of people, we couldn't keep up. So I can know how it works, but could you, since you've been using it a bit more than I have, explain how it actually works?
Yeah, so the way that the Humble chat works is we're using a service called Olark, where different people can register and they connect through a Jabber account on any IM client that supports Jabber. And so their system will forward any new user that comes onto the site and uses the chat box. They will forward that message to all the people that are currently online for that website, and the first person to reply to it will get to basically take care of that person. And if then someone else tries to reply to it, it'll say, sorry, this person is already helping them.
Mm-hmm.
And so during the first few days, I know Jeff, John, and they had a bunch of friends and family and asked people from the community as well to help out. And I think we had like 20-some, maybe almost 30 people that were signed up to help. And during the first few days, we often had 5 or more people on at the same time. And especially on the first day, we had thousands of chats per minute. It was amazing how many people were just... And most of the comments were just, hey guys, thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it. And it was just really, really fun, just because of how many chats you had to go through and how quickly it went.
Yeah. And yeah, there was no way we could keep up with that, I remember, because there were, as you said, 1,000 chats a minute, like literally, so that's the amount of chats we got, so no way we could keep up with it. So some people just fell through, like if sometimes someone might not have gotten, answered to, so they're like, oh, I got to wait for like 15 minutes and didn't get an answer, and then I gave up, and other people got an answer within 5 seconds and they were super happy. So that's kind of, yeah, I don't know why I added that in, but it kind of made me a bit disappointed. I don't know.
It was a little frustrating, especially sometimes people would, continue talking to you, and that's fine, but sometimes you would just have 20 tabs open, and there just wouldn't be any more room for new ones.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to see when new people joined in.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you wouldn't, sometimes it would just, you jump around trying to reply to the most recent one, you sometimes overlook someone that replied half an hour ago, and then they could get upset, so it's really difficult, especially for us, or for Wolfire, who's, they don't have a lot of people employed for that, only John, really.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess it's, it's a thing. It's a good thing that they did it, and I hope most people, understand that. I mean, everyone who did that, we didn't get paid or anything, so it was just out of the kindness of our hearts.
Yep.
So, yeah. Do you have any fun moments to share? I think this is almost the most important question when it comes to Olark.
Yeah. Funny enough, the first time when Jeff offered me if I wanted to help out on the Wolfire Olark, literally the first chat that I had, someone said, hey, I don't know what they said, but they said something, and I said, hi there, how's it going? And it says, instead of John, it says Johannes. And he said, what are you doing with John? What did you do with John? And I tried to explain it, but he wouldn't believe me. He just went off in all caps, screaming. Funny, but it was amusing that the very, very first person I would talk to would immediately recognize something's wrong here.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be here.
That's kind of... That feels almost right, though. He did the right thing,
Yeah, no, I was satisfied.
Yeah.
The community, they take care of their own.
Exactly. So do you think there will be an funny Olark moments chat? Are you saving the funny chat logs for later?
I am saving a few of them, yeah. I haven't had too many fun ones, really. Well, an interesting fact it might be what are the most common ones. And let's see, the first most common one, and me and Jeff actually changed the SPF site to reflect this and make it easier, but people that had just pre-ordered were often wondering where could they download the alphas, because they weren't really reading it well enough that they should go to the forums, or they couldn't find it. And so if you actually check on your SPF page now, there will be a second step that says, if you want to download the alpha, just go to this link. And other question, of course, is when will Overgrowth be released? And I think the third most common is people that want to pre-order asking if it'll run on their computer. And for that one, most of the time I have to tell them, you can expect that it probably won't, because there hasn't been that much optimization done yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it that they take the most common questions, or Wolfire, that they take the most common questions and change their sites depending on user feedback. Basically, it's a really good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just part of what makes Wolfire awesome. Awesome. It makes them awesome. No, awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let's see in the chat. Do they have any questions in the chat, or do you have any questions, Anton? I almost called you John there.
Well, people have confused us before. No, not really. I don't have any questions yet. Sorry.
Yeah, one question was if I enjoyed, enjoyed doing the chat thing, and yeah, actually I do. I mean, being a student, like especially last week, I was really, really busy because I had 4 tests during the week. It was a midterm week for me, and when I had time to relax, I just got on the chat, and I can just do that on the side while I'm, reading something else, or because at the moment, compared to the last week, now I have maybe 1 chat per 5 minutes or so. So it's really, really easy just to do it on the side in my free time.
Yeah, just hanging out with people while you do other stuff.
Yeah, it's really fun, and often people, have really interesting questions.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I don't know the answer to. Like, one question was about how to use the color tinting tool, and I hadn't looked that up yet, and it took me a bit to find out, and I think people in the RC helped me with that one, actually. I think it's Control R or something like that allows you to activate that.
It's Control P, actually, I think.
P, there we go.
Mm-hmm. So anyone who has problem with the color tinting tool, Control P, guys. Control P.
And Control P on a Mac. I mean Command P. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes. So that's all the questions I have. So unless there doesn't seem to be any more questions in the chat. Someone asked before, actually, if you're a Ninja Rabbit, I think.
Am I a Ninja Rabbit? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think a Ninja Rabbit would tell you that they're a Ninja Rabbit.
That's true.
So I'm probably gonna say I'm a dog.
Yeah, or maybe
dogs, I don't know. I like that dogs are pretty much recently we saw in the comic that it's not completely true, but dogs are almost the only race that really make their own tools and stuff. And I like programming my own stuff and making my own art. So yeah, I think that works.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're a dog. Awesome. Okay, but I guess that's it for the interview. So thanks a lot for being on the interview and being with us here on OGWeekly, of course.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. And if anyone has questions, you know where to find me.
Yeah, and also you can keep writing questions during the show if you have any, of course. And we will try to.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, we will try to answer your questions if we see them. Yes,
Right.
Anton.
I saw someone was asking about water and whether or not it will make it into the game, and the question, or the answer is that David has played with the possibility, but it's he doesn't want to include it in the game unless he really gets the physics of the water right. So as of right now, it's probably not going to be in the game.
Water has actually been another subject that I've been asked about a good bit, and pretty much it just shows what on the SPF Jeff once replied to someone asking about it. And water, it would be a small part of the game because it doesn't really fit into the story that well. And for a small bit of the game, it would require a lot of work because every single character that has their own animation set would require water animations and probably even fight animations in water. It would just be so much work for not that much gain.
I agree.
Yep.
It's very important to manage where you spend your time, especially when you're just one programmer on a game. It's even more important. So I think they're doing
art grader.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think they're
Aubrey.
Exactly. So I think they're doing the right thing by leaving water out. I actually don't care if there's water or not in the game. I mean, perhaps there could be like water puddles or something to add like a small splash effect when you're running through it, but yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm personally think that they probably will have water for things like rain and, like you said, puddles and such, but I don't think it'll be anything that'll be deep enough so that it'll actually affect your character and actually have them swim.
Yeah. Okay.
And if that happens, I think it's a pretty low priority, even rain and puddles at this point. But
oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, but let's move on with the next item on the agenda, I suppose. Or were you going to say something, Anton?
No.
Okay. Sounded like you breathed in to say something. Oh.
No, I was just moving.
Oh, okay. Okay, next up we have a bunch of custom community-made maps that I want to show off, and I actually have one of them loaded, but I have tried to not go too far into it because I want to show it to you. And this map is called Dog Training, and it's made by WolfBrother9393 on the Wolfire forums, and you can actually download it in the SPF. We'll post a link to that. If you, Anton or Johannes, if you could do that, that would be sweet. So I'm just going to play through this map quickly. If you don't want spoilers for this map, I guess close your eyes or something. Just listen to the sound. Generally I really like this map. I like both these maps because, well, they're, you know, they don't repeat themselves too much. There are a lot of different elements that you go through, and they just make for fun maps to play around in. Although I actually did find a number of exploits in both maps, I think. Though the second map that I'm going to show isn't, you're not really meant to go in a specific direction, so I'm not quite sure about that. But I can proudly say that I can bypass almost like 90% of this map. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's another one that it's supposed to be a maze. Oh, maybe we forgot to link that one. There's another maze one that's color coded, and it's a great map, but it's really easy to skip most of it.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one out actually.
By wall jumping, I'll have to remember which one it is. It might be. I thought it was Wolf Brothers' his other map. Yeah, by wall jumping, you can bypass like 2 full sections of the map. But
so here we are at the top. I don't know if you're supposed to go here to win. Oh, actually, I remember seeing a video, because I didn't see this before, because there's no indication of that you're supposed to go actually around this edge here, I think, and then in here to win. I just got to the top of that thing, and then I was like, oh, I win, I suppose, or something. But in here it says, actually, you win with the small boxes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. So you need to add an arrow or something, because it's very very hard to see that you're actually supposed to go there. But other than that, it's a very fun map.
It is a fun map. I found one weird thing with it, and I don't know if you experienced this too. There was a little room with a bed and a knife stand, and there were supposed to be some kind of objects there, weapons. And for me on my computer, they were invisible, but they kept making sounds. And it was very strange because I couldn't find them, see them, or grab them.
Yeah, I saw that in his video that there was a knife there, but I couldn't see it on my computer, I think. Let me fly there.
Yeah, when I ran over it by mistake, I heard it. I was like, oh, there's a weapon here, but I never found it.
It's visible in editor mode. Or there's a
you
bounding box
move
at
it-
least.
There's a bounding box, but if you move it, you can't see it. At least I was unable to.
Hmm.
So that may be some kind of bug.
Yeah. Totally should be reported, I suppose. Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear myself drop the knife. Okay, but anyways,
So,
that's a minor thing, I suppose.
yeah, I think so.
Minor bug, minor alpha, I don't know, whatever. Okay, let's move on to the next level. I actually need to close the game and load it up again. And the second level is another map made by Wolfbrother9393. And it's called Obelisk, I think, obelisk.xml. Okay. And this map is more of a you can go wherever you want to finish it map. And I didn't watch the videos, that's why I couldn't. That's why I didn't know about the finish until a few days ago, before I left. And now that I'm back, anyways, whatever. I didn't watch the videos because I didn't want to spoil it. So, but I did watch them afterwards, so now I know the real ways to go. Okay, this map is not the correct map. That's annoying.
I think Garrison instead of Obelisk.
Oh right, yes. Wolf Brother, yes. He says he's like frantic in the chat. Oh, it's Garrison. Yes. Okay, yeah, he uploaded it as Obelisk first, but then he changed the name and stuff because it didn't work at first, and we'll get to that later.
Yes.
Dyke64 asks why it doesn't say Alpha 119 in the orange thing near the logo, and I don't know, because the version file is there, so it should be able to grab the information, but it doesn't, and I don't know why.
There's also a small update this week, so they maybe didn't update everything.
Actually,
possibly.
yeah, maybe, but they actually did update stuff, but it hasn't been there for me for a long time. The alpha number, for some reason, I don't know why.
Huh.
Is it there for you? Have you seen it?
Every week.
Maybe it's just me, then, I don't know.
Let me see if I launch it right now. Hopefully I don't. Yeah, Alpha 119.
Weird. Okay. Okay. Here we have the map. Okay, here's the beginning. Swoosh.
Oh yeah, this is the one where it's easy to cheat by using the wall jump.
But I'm not going to do that first. I'm just going to go through it the normal way. And he actually explains in the video how you're supposed to be able to, for example, fall down here, and then the floor down there is supposed to catch you, so you're able to go back up. And I really like that, so that if you fail, you're not totally failed. You just get some extra platforming stuff. So I guess makes it almost more fun if you fail, in a way.
Yep.
And I really like that idea. And he has some other really cool ideas as well that I will come to soon. But now let's get past this and this and down here. Okay, so here's the next feature, I suppose. Since when you get here, there's a green block and you're like, I don't know where to go. And then you look around and you see there's another green block, and then you understand that, oh, I'm supposed to go to this green block. And that's the cool thing about it. That he uses color-coded blocks to, lead the player around. And that's another really good idea, because someone said in the platforming level I made, they complained about they didn't know where to go in a specific place. And color-coded blocks is a very organic way to show the player where to go. As you saw there before, there's a purple block there, and there's a purple block on the other side, and you immediately understand where to go. Okay, so now I'm here. Another color-coded block up there. I'm not sure which one I like better between this and the other one. I think I like this one better actually because it feels more, since it's much more free. You have more freedom. You can get through it. You can bypass every obstacle, or you can get extra obstacles if you fall down, for instance. Here's another example of the color-coded blocks. I didn't even think, the first time I came to this place, I didn't even think it was possible to jump from there to here. So that's another very, very good way to, you know, show the player that you can actually get there. And in this place, you're supposed.
And the distance is great. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's very, very well done right there.
The colors would definitely lend themselves well to scripting. You know, if you have a sensor on one and sensor on the other, if you are able to touch one and then the next one in a few seconds, then it could give you an achievement, or say like, yeah, you did it, or like, give you points or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was thinking about checkpoints as well. Checkpoints, yes. That would be a very good addition, and I think it would be pretty simple to code if someone, knows JavaScript or whatever it's made in.
Right.
And it would be really useful.
It could also be made for a new Qbert mod, so that when you jump on the blocks, they change color.
Oh yeah, that would be sweet. Like the block you're standing on constantly changes, color, like a rainbow. So it goes through every single color, and then when you're not touching the block, it just stops changing color and keeps the color. So it would be like a rainbow blocks where you run. That would be very awesome.
That would work too.
Mm-hmm. And someone suggested, Wolfver in the chat suggested to make it a timed map. And yeah, that would be a good idea as well, to just time the player and see who can finish it faster.
Although I don't think the hotspots are currently working correctly.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I got to the finisher, and as he says in the video, the finish is the only plant on in the entire desert, so that's pretty cool.
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show the fast way to finish this map. Just jump up there. Wall jump there. And now we're up here. And we can just jump over to the blue block. Jump from the blue block up. Gone to this blue block over here. And then up there. And up on this slightly slanted block. And then jump again. And we're up here. And finish. But I actually kind of like that you're able to do that. In my map, I have made sure that you're totally... well, I didn't make sure actually, because someone managed to get past one of my obstacles very easily. But I try to make sure that there's only one way you can go in my levels. I guess it's because I made them for myself, so it's not really important that anyone can finish them. And by the way, that's also another pretty good point with this level, is that anyone, no matter what skill level you're at, you can probably finish this level, because you get, it catches you if you fall down that place, for example. So even if you're not that good at this game, you can finish it. So I guess Wolf Brothers levels are totally better than my level, at least. That's for sure, both of them. But especially this one, because it enables the player to fail, but not having to start over.
It definitely shows you the value of playtesting.
Yeah.
Letting people try out your maps.
It really does. Because apparently he didn't plan to do the colored blocks at first, but then when he let players playtest it, it turned out that, or I guess, I don't know how many playtested it, and I'm not even sure if this is true, but I think this is true. So, anyways, he let players playtest it, and they didn't know where to go. I'd like to remember that I read this somewhere. So he just added the colored blocks, and voila.
Likely story.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Wolf Brother 9393, 93's 2 maps, and he actually confirmed in the chat that it was his brother and a few friends that tried his maps. and they are the playtesters. So very, very nice job by WolfBrother9393. Let's move on to another map. And next up is, let's see, the Arcane Temple. Okay, Pivomanjaka's Maze. It's a maze made by a guy calling himself Pivomanjaka. I think that's how it's pronounced. Pivatmanjakas. Yes. Anyways, let's load this up. Yeah,
No, I think someone made an improvement on the whaleman in the chat.
Let's see. Actually, I want to load that off screen. Yes. Okay. Whoa, sweet man.
Oh wow.
Well, why does he carry around a thing that I don't know what it's called in English?
A rolling pin.
Rolling pin?
Yes. That's to roll your dough with, like when you're making cookies or bread or something.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just didn't know the name of it.
Yeah.
But why?
Now you do.
Why?
The joke is that she could hit you over the head with it.
Yeah, probably. But what's her purse for then? Or his purse, or something?
Well,
I'm
where
so
else would he keep the
confused.
rolling pin?
Oh, true. Who made this, by the way? Osh's posted it, but did you make it? Someone else made a better version of the whaleman, he says. Also, people clapped their hands before. I think it was for WolfBrother9393's. Oh yeah, Bjartensen made sure that everyone applauded in the chat for WolfBrother9393's awesome levels.
Absolutely.
Who did make it though? Who did make this image? It's very important that we can know this. Meanwhile, I'm going to load this level called maze.xml. And this level actually isn't released as far as I know. But he sent it to me and stuff, so yeah. Someone in the chat puts up...
Celia Barnyard made it.
Oh, Celia made it. Who is actually... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, very nice job, Celia. Awesome.
Very cool.
My game isn't responding.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Celia is a good friend of mine. And Oshis as well, of course. Loading, loading, loading. Has it actually crashed? It did crash.
It just looks,
yeah.
It looks grey from where I am.
Yeah, same.
Okay, starting up the game again. Let's hope this actually works. It would be a shame if we wouldn't be able to take a look at the map. Maze.
And just for while we're waiting, Silverfish and I are planning on making it so that I can broadcast, hopefully as well, starting next week. We're gonna try it, experimentation. So during situations like this, you know, we could switch over to my screen and do something else. And it looks like we're still having problems. So I'm going to remind everyone, since our time technically is almost up, that 2 days left to submit for the Overgrowth Volunteer Orchestra. We only have received 8 performances so far out of 115, so we're still missing all of you.
Whoa, dude.
Wow. Come on, guys.
That's actually kind of lame.
Well, you know, I had a feeling it would take a while for most people to submit, but I wasn't quite expecting this. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe everyone will suddenly submit in 2 days.
Oh, right. I know why it's not working. I'm such a stupid boy. Stupid boy. Actually, he sent me his level as a prefab and not as a actual level, and I put his prefab into the Red Desert level and then saved it. Which is actually kind of a good workaround for the current not working saving things, I suppose. Whatever. As long as they don't have to use the terrain too much, I suppose.
Yeah, so the people who have submitted, I see someone talking about the harpsichord. People who have submitted, it's sounding cool so far. So, and again, after I get all of my parts, I'll be broadcasting the assembly of it as I go forward. So, I should look up where I'm doing that. I think it's on live stream.
Yeah,
Podcast, something like that.
give us a link and post it in the chat so we can know where it is. And when will you be broadcasting?
I'm gonna wait till I get a large section of it, but you know, a large group of people. But you know, I don't know yet. There's not a specific scheduled time, simply because my time is not. You know, I kind of go day by day
Yeah.
as to what's going on. I think it's livestream.com/AntonReal.
That does make sense. Okay, so I'm actually... so you will be doing that if you get enough music to actually make something, I suppose?
Well, so far all of the parts that we have received don't really... they don't really complete any section, so it's hard to know. You know, there's nothing really to combine yet.
Yeah, exactly. So let's hope you get something that you can combine, you know, soon, so you can actually do that live orchestra thing.
Yes. Someone is asking what it's called. It was actually it's a volunteer orchestra where essentially after Miko being the main composer and I'm helping with the music, we had asked for volunteers, and anybody who wanted to play volunteered, and then we wrote an arrangement for them, and unfortunately, and so now we've sent out the parts to be recorded, but we have not received many of them back. And for my epic drums, I actually record a lot of drums myself at home. Storm drum is also a big part of my thing, and of my collection. So.
So yeah, I actually made it through this labyrinth now, and the reward for this level is Turner's eggs. I don't know if rabbits actually lay eggs or why there are eggs, but yeah, it's better than nothing, I suppose. So yeah, this level was made by Pivomanjaka on YouTube. Actually, that's Pivotmanjaka, and he contacted me on YouTube. So I don't know if he's on the forums. I guess he's on the forums, but I don't know his nick or whatever. So yeah, nice job. It's a nice little labyrinth. It's kind of small. I don't know. It's not very creative. I like the parts where you need to, you know, the ramps and stuff like that, and where you need to go up. I think you should make a 3D labyrinth, not a 2D one, since you do have 3 dimensions of movement in this game. You know, you can make unique labyrinths if you actually do use the 3 dimensions.
Now, in his video, though, he did mention that he hasn't created all of the dead-end paths yet, so I think there will still be some work done on it.
Ah, I see. Okay,
So,
yeah. So, well
yeah.
done, Pivomanjaka. And they're clapping in the chat as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next level. Was there another level? There was, right?
Yes, well, we can also talk about, just as a reference, there's another forum thread where people are talking about also making more 3-dimensional mazes. So if you go into the SPF, I think it's called Maze something, and Mazes of Madness and he's actually doing several different mazes and has some preview shots there, so you should definitely check them out.
You should do that. If you are you in that thread, you could perhaps post a link in the chat there as well.
I'm there, but it's on the wrong computer.
Aww.
I will go get it.
I'm just loading up the map here meanwhile. This map is made by a dude. Let's see. I'm not actually sure which one this is because I just got informed about these maps by Anton just recently. The Arcane Temple. It's either the Arcane Temple or... Oh no, it's actually not called the Arcane Temple. It's what Anton called it because it didn't really have a name.
Yeah, the Fool of Arcane.
Yeah, it's not Emerald Valley because we'll show that probably next week when Anton can stream stuff because my computer can't handle it. I mean, when I'm not streaming, it's at 20 FPS, so I don't think it will be playable for me really when I'm streaming.
But it is an amazing map made by Alfarius, so we definitely want to feature it next week.
So look forward to that. But this one is dubbed, dubbed The Arcane Temple, and it's made by a guy called The Arcane... something something. I don't remember. Let's see, it's in here. The Fool Arcana is his name actually, on the Wolfeye forums. The Fool Arcana.
Yes.
Okay, and this is actually the lag map. Okay, is this that map? I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah, that's Alfarius's Emerald Valley.
Okay, let's broadcast Alfarius's Emerald Valley instead then. Okay, I'm sorry guys. As I said, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this.
So...
Yes, it's a lot of stuff can be seen on this level actually. I'm not sure if I will catch everything because I haven't looked through it thoroughly yet.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of really cool things where he's created things like lamps out of, I don't even know what he's used to make them, but these lamps, street lamps, are made out of stuff which obviously I don't even know what that is. Is it a pillow or something?
It's a rock. It's the rock I used for John's head in my video, and the eggs as well in the other guys.
So, but it's actually a huge map with a lot of detail, which is something that I'm really interested in, with a lot of windows, a lot of places to sit, things like that.
Yeah, I like the attention to detail as well. And it looks like there is some, thought behind it, because here's a huge blue boulder with a lot of pillows around it, and I suppose they are probably worshipping this big blue boulder or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
But it looks sweet.
Yeah, it looks awesome. One question I got a few times as well was why we don't, like in none of the current maps that Aubrey's made, there's really anywhere where you can go indoors. And I think the main reason for that is there currently is no lighting system in place, and so anything indoors is really dark. And, still everything is mostly placeholders. I had one person that was complaining about, the windows just being tacked on the outside, why can't we see on the inside? And it takes a lot of work to make all that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, the game isn't really suited for indoor gameplay unless it's in a huge temple with a super high ceiling and stuff like that.
Right, and anytime you have an internal space, it exponentially increases the amount of, you have to have a ceiling, a roof. You have to have 6 sides as opposed to 1 block.
Yeah.
So just the amount of stuff in the world gets increased so much when you have everything accessible indoors.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, in this level, the shadows aren't calculated, so they're using old shadows that don't match up correctly. And I don't think I would be able to calculate shadows for this map because it's a bit too advanced for my computer. I don't have enough RAM, I think.
I can send you the shadow maps if you want, if you tell me where they're at. I know they're big files, but if you want to transfer them, we can do that.
Well, we'll not do it right now, at least.
Yeah, not right now. But if you want them.
Yeah, we can take a quick look at this next week anyways and see, you know, with shadows and stuff. And it's low FPS on my computer as well.
Yeah, I think that this currently is maybe the most dense of the levels we've seen.
Yeah, it seems like it's more demanding than even the
Ancient China?
the Patchy Highlands level. Yeah,
Right.
I'm not sure about the China level. I think it's more than the China level as well. But the Patchy Highlands is the most demanding official level, so that's what I usually use for benchmarking in Overgrowth.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not actually sure where I put the other level, what I named it. That is the Arcane Temple. Oh, Plains Hills _IGF. Okay, good. Notes for the win. Plains Hills _IGF.xml. Whoa, it's hot in here. Whew.
Need some water?
I do need some water, but there's no water here.
Oh. Sounds like Overgrowth.
Yes, it does. Okay, so here we have the level loaded, and I actually calculated shadows and everything for this, and this isn't as demanding, so I can spawn Turner as well. Sweet.
So this is another map with, another sort of platforming maze where there is a reward if you can make it inside the top. And he challenges people to get up there staying within the temple as opposed to going to the outside blocks.
Mm-hmm.
You can see some definite color correction there, and I think it works really well to get it to look like it's part of the landscape, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, my brother is supplying me with water, because he's such a nice guy.
Yay.
Water.
Awesome, brother.
Oh, yes. Thanks, man. Okay.
Oh, that looks excellent.
Oh, and by the way, that's not the brother you're used to. It's actually my older brother. In case you're one of those guys who have, followed the show for a long time, you probably heard my little brother from time to time. Okay, so I'm in here now. So I'm now supposed to get to the top of this. I actually haven't played this before at all, since Anton introduced me to it just today.
Yeah, there are some definite anomalies. I think actually calculating shadows, I didn't do it on this level because there's so much sort of covered by the sun.
But it adds atmosphere, dude.
It does add atmosphere.
Dude, yes indeed. Okay, I think I'm supposed to go over here. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. Up there. Aw, man, I missed that jump.
Blow it up.
But I think I can make it. Oh yeah. Okay. Over there. Oh yeah. And there's a small hole there. Am I supposed to get in there, actually, or?
I think so.
I guess I'm supposed to grab the ledge and then pull myself up. That's my guess. Okay, let's see. Oh yes. And here it's dark. Okay, I can see how calculating shadows would be a problem here.
Yeah, I think this is why I didn't calculate shadows, is because inside this room you lose
Oh,
all the light.
I made it. And down, and here's the reward, which is a skull. And I'm supposed to worship the skull because it's a pillow there. So obviously I'm supposed to worship it. Oh, almighty
Absolutely.
skull. This was actually a pretty good map. I like it how there was a theme for the map, so to speak. Because my maps, as you probably know, are more like big blocks and doesn't really make any sense. And the Maze map was the same, and Wolf Brothers maps were also like that mostly, yeah. But this one made kind of sense because it was a rune. And that is obviously the next step after just making a mass of blocks, right?
Right.
And I can't get out here, but that's okay. So, who made this again? Let's see.
This one was by the Fool Arcana.
Oh, right, that one was by the Fool Arcana. Or Arcana, the Fool Arcana, on the Wolfire forums. So well done, dude. I think you should make more, especially... Yeah, all of those guys who made levels of this, you should make more. If I didn't say that about the other guys as well. Because we need more levels.
I'd like to challenge everyone that has been making levels or wants to make more levels to really try to make something that looks like it could be a real rune. You can do a lot of cool things and still have it look like, you know, it would actually be something that exists for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So you can also run and jump around on all the tall pillars too.
Yeah, I'm actually
kind of
doing that
fun.
right now.
Oh. Yeah, I can't. I'm always behind.
Yeah.
I always see what you're saying.
And I've loaded like 4 maps now also, so for every map I load you fall further behind. I don't know if reloading the stream works to remedy that.
Actually, I haven't fallen behind today, which is kind of amazing.
You haven't? That's cool.
Yeah. I didn't notice, but yeah, I haven't fallen behind.
Yeah, I timed it. It was about 12 or 13 seconds for me that I'm behind for what you're saying and compared to what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm. That is kind of bad. I mean, when it's good, it's at around 5 to 7 seconds, something. When it's, you know, that's the lowest I've heard about. Okay. Yeah, I failed. Bjartensen says fail silver. Yes, I failed. I thought we would be able to grab that ledge, but since it was, you know, not straight, I couldn't.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, this map, again, made by the... I always mess up his name. Do you know, Anton?
Sorry, say this again?
What's the name of the guy who made this map? The nick?
The Full Arcana.
The Fool Arcana, yes. Yeah, and also you mentioned, Johannes, you mentioned challenging people to make maps, and I would like to challenge people to get through a platforming level, you know, timed. So I think Wolfeye should fix the just fix the hotspot thing quickly, so that we can time at least, and
yeah, that'd be cool.
And then just make it so that, yeah, so that we can, you know, challenge each other in Overgrowth. I mean, it's actually a game right now. All you need is to make it so that you can time yourself, and we have a game that's not exactly Overgrowth, but, you know, it's kind of Overgrowth still. It's something. And it will make the community make maps. Awesome stuff happens.
Yep. I think, though, we'd probably need people to have a video along with their time, just so we can see.
Yeah.
Make sure that it didn't cheat.
Yeah, by the way, I was thinking about this before, and I think they should make it so that you can make demos. Actually, maybe we talked about this last week, did we?
About recording movement and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we did.
Anyways, just to brief everyone who wasn't on last week's show, who haven't seen it, I suggested that they should make it so that you could record your actual movements and you know, make demo files that could be played up, and you would be able to see the action from any angle and see, you know, how everything was made. So it's like playing it in real time, but it's, you know, recorded.
It would also let you create ghosts that you could race against yourself of previous, you know, attempts, stuff like that.
That would be really awesome.
Exactly. That would be sweet. Okay, so is there anything else on the agenda today?
A tweet, and we have to listen to the music before we go. Oh, did we want to talk about issues people have been having with saving? Maybe we should save that till next week.
Yeah, I haven't really...
chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're saving that for next week. So the issues. And next up is Tweets and News, the Tweets and News segment. And first we have a quick tweet by Mr. David Rosen. And in this tweet he says the following. Please load the actual page for me so I can read the tweet. Okay, do not. Let me read it from here. Okay, Wolfire. My new dev machine has an ATI card, so I'm working around some ATI driver bugs related to automatic sky cube maps. And yeah, fixing ATI bugs. So if you're using an ATI card and have been having trouble with automatic cube maps related to having an ATI card, hopefully that will be fixed in the future. I don't know, do they have NVIDIA machines as well to test, you think?
I
know that they got a bunch of cards from them.
What I understand.
Yeah, they had that big meeting with them late last year or something where both NVIDIA and ATI gave them a bunch of demo cards so that they can test it and do troubleshooting.
Oh, cool. That's awesome of them.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll be seeing some bug fixes related to that. And actually, I read somewhere, I don't know if it was in the IRC or whatever, that David will probably be focusing mostly on actually doing that those bug fixes for next week. So we will probably not see too much new stuff next week, because David has been moving, and that's why there wasn't a lot in this or the last alpha. So the next week might be quiet as well, so you guys need to make more levels, of course, so we have something to have on Overgrowth Weekly still, in case there isn't too much to show.
Exactly.
Okay, so next up on the agenda, okay, there's the Whaleman again, made by Celia. Awesome stuff. Yes, Overgrowth concept art, and someone on the forums asked about where he could see concept art for Overgrowth, and Jeff posted a link to a page where there is a load of concept art, and you can just flip through it. It's loads and loads of concept art, and some stuff that I think I've seen before, but they haven't really shown it to a lot of people. They have been keeping it around but not having it on the blog and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And you can get the link in on OGWeekly.com. Actually, I'm going to copy that link and post it in the chat. There you go, guys. And there's a lot of pictures here, some unseen pictures. If you've been following Overgrowth, you've probably seen almost all of them, but some of them should be new to you.
Most of them are probably on the Facebook as well, but I think there were a few that I hadn't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Facebook was definitely pretty good, but not perfect.
Yeah.
Not everything.
So check through that link if you're a live viewer. Actually, I'm going to get an upgrade to the to OGWeekly.com soon, where there will be an archives, and you will be able to see the agenda and click on all the links and stuff, even if it's an old episode. So we're working on that, hoping to get that out pretty soon. But until then, yeah, I don't know, man, where to get it. I guess if I post just the text up there, you can read that and go to that link there. If you're watching from an archive, like on the YouTube or whatever, the YouTubes. And with that, I leave you. So now you can take a look at those awesome pictures while we're away. And because this is actually the end of the show for today, and we're like 23 minutes past the 1 hour mark. Long episode today, but it was sweet. So do you guys have anything to say before we go?
We're gonna leave them on that musical note.
Oh yeah.
Well, I had one more last thing to say before we start the music.
Go ahead.
I had a few people that were having difficulty with the downloads, where the download would stop halfway, or it would look like it was done, and when you opened it, it would say, corrupted or incomplete installer or something like that. So it's really the best thing you could do there, because that happens if, I don't know why it's happening, but the best thing you can do is try the torrent link, because they tend to be a lot more not secure, but that it doesn't break.
Yeah, they're much more reliable.
Reliable, that's the word.
Yeah, I totally agree. So every week there are like 2 or 3 people who are like, "Oh, I'm getting a broken download," and then there are like a discussion about it. But just get the torrent link. Just download uTorrent and take the torrent link. You know, it always works. I have never had a alpha torrent to download that didn't work, so go for it. Because you can pause your download, you can, you know, even if it's slower, by any chance, even if it's by any chance slower than the normal download can just fail and not work. The torrent download will always work. And there are always people seeding it. First off, there is the, you know, official seed, of course, which is from Wolfire. I think it's Amazon or something, I'm not sure. It's some
Google.
I know a few people have servers that they've volunteered to help.
Yeah, exactly.
seed it.
So there's the official seed anyways, and then there is official service. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 official people who have like dedicated, basically dedicated seeding machines, and then there's Antone and me who also seed both versions, and I bet there's a bunch of other people as well. So get the torrent, it's much better. And do you guys have anything else to say before we go? Actually, there's a sound in the background somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, you have a train.
Or something. Anyways, do you guys have anything else to say before we go?
No. Oh, is that me? There's a helicopter flying outside.
Oh, you need to go?
No.
Oh, they've come to pick you up for work, I see. Okay.
Too many people know now.
Well, you're just gonna have to kill them all, I suppose.
I guess so.
So I won't see you guys next week because you're dead, but if you're watching this on the archives or something, I don't know, and he didn't kill you for some reason, same place, same time, and also, you know, twitter.com/OGWeekly, youtube.com/OGWeekly, steamcommunity.com/groups/SFTUT. What else? Is there anything else? OGWeekly.com, of course. And that's about all the links. And with that, I'm going to leave you with a little piece of music made by Disco Science on the Wolfire forums. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and I hope to see you again next week. And yeah, thanks. Bye-bye.
See you guys. Bye.